Hello, Martyn.
Hello, mate.
Days. Oh my. How are you today?
I'm good. This is weird.
Mark, I can't quite get my head around this.
So it is great to be back in the shed.
It's good to see you in here.
Sort of. Something's wrong. I can't quite work out what it is, but it is the Dirt Shed Show with me, Martyn Ashton, and this guy.
Myself, Rich Payne. Hello, everybody. How the devil are you?
I'm very well, thank you. It is great to be back in the Dirt Shed. Obviously, I've been shielding at home through this whole lockdown period, but I've been beamed in today, and it's great to be back in here, kind of. Right, we have got a hell of a show coming up, Rich. It's going to be nuts. Because we're going to be talking about the craziest jumps in mountain biking history, okay? Because a video happened this week that really reminded me of just how crazy mountain bike jumps are. Look at this. That is Brendan Fairclough smashing into his house. What did you think of this video, Rich?
I think he needed to go faster. Don't you reckon?
Yes, I do. He definitely
mate, it's
needed
crazy,
to go
wasn't
faster.
it?
Yeah.
It was well, fair play to him for having a crack at that. I mean, jumping over a house, that's some motocross stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, what I thought was really cool about it is that it's a crazy idea. You jump in a house, it ticks all the boxes. It's a very clickable video. But what I loved about this video is that Brendan Fairclough is one of the best mountain bike riders I've ever seen. He's unbelievably talented, unbelievably quick, but he was willing to show failure. You know, it didn't work out. It didn't work out. And he also showed the real side of life where someone obviously saw the crash at the end, his wife, and was like, that is enough of that.
I think that's enough now.
That is enough. A real perspective. Yeah.
Well, that was it, wasn't it, mate? Like, basically, it was good because pros quite a lot of the time don't like to really show themselves failing. They don't like people seeing them mess up. It's almost like a persona that they have to keep going. So it's really cool to see old Brendog there epically failing. I think he'll agree.
Yeah, I mean, he did an incredible job. But I think, like, I spoke to him after the event, and I spoke to Ollie as well, and he said that, you know, after they'd set the ramp up off the back of the Discovery, is it Discovery?
Defender.
The Defender. Off the back of a Discovery would be maybe a bit over the top. Yeah, a little bit. But the back of the Defender, and he realised then this isn't going to work. This is not going to work. But he just thought, well, I've done it now. I've got to try it. Everyone's watching. Yeah. So he went for it. And it just reminded me of all those moments where that must have happened, because there's been some massive jumps in mountain biking history. And I really wanted to hear in the comments down below what people thought were the best and craziest mountain bike jumps in history. I mean, we've had some big jumps on GMBN. I mean, look at these. Yeah. We've had these from Blake, big hits. Neil's gone down a few times. Is Neil good at jumping? Is he good at jumping? I don't know if he's... Yeah. Yeah,
Do you know what?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's funny, myself and Neil, obviously, we come from a race background. So we're like keeping it fast and we're keeping it low, and, you know, we're all about speed. Whereas Blake, he just goes vertical, doesn't he? You know, Blake boosts.
Yeah, I've never had that. I've never had that confidence. I mean, you've definitely got that confidence in your racing style to be able to hit a jump fast, but I've never really had the confidence to hit big ramps that quick. I've done jumps, but they're usually to flat, like step ups or to big flat tops. I've jumped up onto a house, but it's always to a flat landing, very trials, you know.
Back wheel first, like.
Yeah, that's one of my problems all the time, back wheel first. I want to put the back wheel where I'm going all the time, and that doesn't necessarily look that good. Not really. But what's one of the most famous crazy jumps in mountain biking you'd mention, Rich?
I reckon this one, it stands out probably for a lot. G's obviously over jumping snow crash.
That's nuts.
Yeah, that's a good fail. I think he'll agree. And Kelly McGarry, R.I.P., sending it big old flip at Rampage for the first time over the canyon gap. Huge backflip.
Huge.
Monstrous.
And remember Brendan's backflip from Rampage at the last event. And his front wheel, that flip's incredible because his front wheel comes in perfectly to the landing and he is literally millimetres away from disaster, but it turns into just, oh man, you couldn't plan it better. You could not plan it better. So good. So yeah, flip at Rampage. Obviously you got the big 360 drop there from Cans Inc. Back in the day. That was great. What's that ledge called?
Wasn't it like the Oakley Sender or something?
The Oakley Sender, yeah, something like that. Yeah. And he 360'd off that. That was crazy. Back in the day at Rampage in Whistler, Darren Fairclough did a 360 drop into a berm. And it was really cool because the 360 was one way, the berm was opposite. So he went 360, then cut off in the different direction. And it was perfection. And it was the first time anyone had kind of really 360 dropped.
Really?
Yeah, that's one of those crazy jumps. The thing I guess I wanted to get to, and I want your thoughts on this, Rich, is in mountain biking, we've got racers, we've got dirt jumpers, we've got geeky trials riders, hello, and we've got all sorts of characters, but there is this need in the sport, almost in the zeitgeist of the sport, to go crazy. The word crazy fits in mountain biking, and I think this jump from Brendan really sums it up. It's a bit like, why? A lot of people, including his wife, looked at it and thought, why? But why do mountain bikers want to do it? We want to push ourselves and find stuff out. Can this bike do that? It's a weird thing that mountain biking brings out in you.
Yeah, and do you know what? That's actually really interesting because it's not just, it's at all levels of mountain biking, isn't it? It's not just the top end. Yeah. Like even, say, when you're beginning, you're trying to push yourself on bigger jumps. Which at the time are really difficult and scary. So actually, no matter what level, you're always trying to push that jump limit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're right. That's really interesting. Whether it's trying to huck a house or you build a small gap for the first time and you're trying to do that.
It's relative at the end of the day, isn't it? It's relative to your abilities. I mean, something that's really flipping scary to you is really flipping scary. It doesn't matter how good you are or how new you are. And I think it's this, right, is the mountain bike, the bicycle itself, as we say all the time on all of our channels, GCN and GMBN and GTN and EMBN, all of those channels, we're always saying the bike is the greatest thing. And it's the greatest invention. But the mountain bike is the one that can do something and enable the rider to do something that you just couldn't take on any other way. You can't take on some of these drops. The bike's saying, well, I can you? And I think mountain biking brings that out in all of us. The daredevil. Dare I say it. Well, it's a great video, Brendan, and thanks for letting us show the clips on GMBN. And you should definitely go and check out Brendan's channel. He's got some amazing videos on there, including in this one. Definitely worth a watch. And it's so good. Guess what, Rich? I'm inventing an award right now.
What?
It's video of the week from me. That is video of the week. And I'm sending a trophy to Brendan. He won a trophy.
Congratulations, dude. You are the winner of Martyn's first award.
Amazing. Now, let us know in the comments down below what you think is the craziest mountain biking jump in history. Come on, let's hear your historical knowledge about the sport. But before we get on with the show, let's take a look at a brand new news. Ready for this, Rich? A brand new news with an actual news guy. We've got, you know who we've got? Tom Bauer from behind the scenes, who's actually an absolute mountain bike nut. He knows everything. He wants to tell the world about the sport. He is now going to give us the news. And of course, after that, we've got even more to add to the news where we've got Toff, Rich.
Whoa. Toff's on here as well now.
Get ready, world. Toff, who's another GMBN behind the scenes man, is going to be giving us the sickest thing of the week. Get ready for this. It's new and it's going to be fun. Here we go.
Hi guys, my name's Tom, and for a little bit of context, I'm starting my 4th year working behind the scenes here at GMBN. The eagle-eyed among you may recognise me from one or two things.
Hey, Stevie Wonder, are you deaf? Huh? Stevie Wonder's blind. Enough of your lip! What?
Anyway, Martyn's asked me to bring you the news for the next few weeks. We're trying something new here, so let us know what you think down in the comments and we'll get back to you. Now let's crack on because there's plenty to cover this week. Right, first up, I'm just going to rumble through some of the team changes that came in this week. The Brigade downhill team confirmed their last 2 riders as Rudy Cabarrou and 26-year-old Rafael Gutierrez Villegas. First factory team for him, great news. Brown on white, world record holding Brit Darrell Brown has signed for White Bikes, a brand based a stone's throw from his house. He's already said he's developing a pump track bike with them, so it'll be interesting to see if White grows their lineup to include maybe a slopestyle bike too. 4-time Canadian national champ Laurie Arsenal joins Emily Batty on Canyon, and it's her first year racing elite this year. After an excellent season at the EWS last year, Guillaume Larbarou and Louis Jandal have got themselves onto their first factory team, Sun French Connection, so very well deserved for those guys too. Thomas Lapéry will be joined by Leo Jagel, Lucas Bruder and Camille Blanchard on his self-managed, crowd-funded Rider 404 program. They'll be wearing Rider 404 clothing, riding focus bikes, and from the look of the promo reel, be racing in both the EWS and the EWSE. The one and only Hans Ray will be riding SR Suntour suspension, and the one and only Brett Tippy will be sending it in Liat helmets. Theo Erlangsson, Ike Klassen, and Nico Velasco form the new Commencal South Africa race team, and last but not least, Dan Wolf continues on Polygon bikes for another 2 years, just not on the United Ride team. He gets on with those bikes, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it. For the second year running, Tahuto Ariki has won the New Zealand National Downhill Series. The young Rotorua local beat some big names in global mountain biking like George Brannigan, Blenky and Ed Masters. We're sure to see some great things from him on the global scene sometime soon. Queenstown local Jess Blewett closed out the series with a win in the women's race. Next up, some unfortunate news from the EWS. In order to limit global travel, they've made the joint decision along with Crankworks to cancel the Whistler round of the EWS. This means that 2021 events will be held in 2 distinct blocks in Europe. The Trophy of Nations is also delayed since riders from all corners of the world may not be able to attend, and the focus at those races is on team participation, which does further complicate things. Both events are due to make a return in 2022. A difficult decision being made by the EWS, but you've really got to put the well-being of participants and the local population of the host country first, so it's definitely the right one. As always, you can catch all the action from the 2021 EWS with official coverage from Rick and the team right here on GMBN. Very cool news from our helmet partner POC here. They've released the Omni Eternal. It's the world's first self-powered cycling helmet. It's got what POC call power foil on its surface, which in layman's terms is similar to a solar panel. The charge from this powers an automatic rear light to keep riders safe on the roads. It's great for commuters, and obviously there's no need to plug it in to keep it powered up. It's pretty cool stuff. Keep your eyes peeled on the channel in the coming weeks for our video with MTB Hopper. We've seen riders like Cam McCall, Sam Pilgrim and Wim Masters getting creative with these recently, so we thought it was about time we got hold of one for Blake. We can only assume that it's going to be carnage. It's coming soon. Stand by for some fairly technical news here. Mondraker's flagship models are now available to buy with new Mind technology, but what is that? It's basically an inbuilt telemetry system. There are sensors in the steerer tube and in the linkage that analyze your suspension movements throughout your run and tell you exactly what adjustments you need. No more wondering if you need to spin dials or change pressure. It'll basically inform you on what changes you should make. Imagine you're an Innerleithen local heading to Finale for holiday. These locations run very, very different. Within a day or even a few runs, you can gather data from the new style of tracks and check the app to see what suspension recommendations it makes. Mind will be an option added to Mondraker's Carbon Crafty and Foxy models, adding 200 to 300 euros to the price tag and approximately 200 grams to the overall weight. Pretty big news when you consider the telemetry testing kits seen on World Cup downhill race bikes often weigh and cost considerably more than that. Now, Mondraker have always been a brand looking to the future. They were early to the modern geometry game, for instance. Is this something you could see on all bikes in the future? Let me know down in the comments. Good news from the UCI. Riders on mountain bike teams can race World Cup events in 2021 with no qualifying points. In previous years, riders have had to maintain a certain number of points over the previous 12 months for a shot at qualifying. This would mean that riders who suffered a bad run of luck or who were plagued with injury, for instance, could miss out, regardless of their team status. They'll scrap this rule for 2021 in an effort to not penalise riders who couldn't or chose not to race in 2020. The XCO start line also gets revamped for fairness along the same lines too. Right, new look news is not the only thing we've got for you this week. It's over to Toff for the sickest thing of the week.
Cheers, Tom. Hey, everybody. My name's Toffee Dan. Everyone calls me Toff. This is a new section of the show. It's going to be called Sickest Thing of the Week. It's basically where I just tell you the sickest thing of the week. Could be anything, really. Could be like street, dirt jumps, downhill, someone slapping corners, crazy herc, like whatever really. It's just like the sickest thing of the week. Basically, I've been at GMBN for like 2 years now, but super obsessed with riding forever. Kind of into like street riding and jibs and stuff, but like a bit of everything really. So this week, this first one is a Spanish kid from Barcelona. It's part of the Rise crew. His name's Guy Leon. I was calling him Gullion for like 2 years, even to his face, but we won't talk about that. So you probably haven't really heard of him because he's not all like Insta famous. I mean, he keeps it kind of low key really. He was filming his edit for like 4 years in secret. It's so crazy. He's got some super tech clips, but also some insane bangers. One of the crazy ones that comes to mind is the second from last clip. I actually went over there and we were at this like spot and we were like filming this pro BMX rider called Miki Fleck. And I remember being stood on this top of the stair, being like, whoa, imagine if someone like side hopped off this step into the ledge and then back off out before into the set. So crazy. The other standout clip is the banger. Like every good edit needs a banger. It's like the final clip, like the sickest clip. Anyway, he's kind of like doing this crazy old school step huck. Now a step huck's where you jump from one stair set into another stair set. He did like a triple step huck. It's crazy, like over a rail. For real, I recommend you go check this one out. We'll put a link to it in the video description below. Right, it's time to go back to Tom in the studio.
We've got a Crankbrothers competition for you. 3 lucky winners will each win a pair of Crankbrothers Stamp lace shoes and a pair of Stamp 7 pedals of their choice to go with them. Sound good? There's a link in the description for you to click, which has all the info on how to win. Right, that is more than enough from me. It's back to Martyn and Rich in the shed, and I'll see you next week.
Yes!
Bloomin' heck.
That, Rich, is the new news. That is the new model for it. Amazing. Tom knows his stuff, and Toff, well, Toff is Toff.
And Toff's sickest thing of the week was bloomin' sick.
Yeah, I mean, there's no one more passionate about the sport of mountain biking than Toff, and Tom absolutely, God, he tells me stuff every week, and I'm like, I didn't know that. So he's the news guy. Yes.
Awesome.
Right, let us know what you think about those guys. They were super keen to get involved, and they have been massively important to GMBN behind the scenes for a long time. Both very good riders too.
Yeah, but do you know what it's time for now, Mark?
I don't. I literally don't know what's next.
It's time for a little sing-song. It's Hacks and Bodges.
Take us in. Yes. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hacks and Bodges. Hacks and Bodges. Hacks and Bodges.
Yes.
Hacks and Bodges.
Nice.
That was amazing, Mark. High five.
Yes.
High five.
Yes. Oh my God.
Nailed it.
This is such a weird show. Okay, right. First hack this week, Rich, is from Leonardo. I really like this because it's simplicity itself. It's from the vein of Doddy telling us that boom zip ties, you can do anything with them. Look at this simple GoPro mount for his helmet. Yep. I bet the shots he's got from this are absolutely awesome. I mean, they look... It's such a clever place to put the camera. I'm wondering if he would ever hit it on his chest. What do you think?
Well, that's the first thing that popped to my head. I was like, is that like a throat smasher?
I see. So you're thinking potentially it could be dangerous.
Well, yeah, that was the safety side of me came out, Mark.
Yeah, well, no, that's fair enough. So that's experience.
I agree.
That's experience.
Yeah, I agree. The shots, though, I bet you get some wicked shots off of that. It's a good POV angle.
Yeah, it's a good idea and a great use of zip ties. Remember the zip ties, though, always to put them in the old recycler at the end of use because they could be a pain, actually. They're everywhere. Yeah. Right, next up, we've got, what's this from Gustavo?
Whoa.
More zip ties.
Yes. Now we're talking.
Would that work? Would that work?
Hang on, right.
Talk us
last
through.
Saturday, I was riding with some friends the infamous National Trail in South Mountain, Phoenix. After one of the techie sections out of the blue, he had no idea what happens, crashed and snapped his brake lever. He was in the middle of the trail with tons of downhill to get back and no back brake.
No, you're not telling me.
So,
no,
he put a zip tie through it.
No, or he zip tie braked.
And basically, he just had his finger through the zip tie, pulling the brake.
No.
I mean, if it gets you safely down a trail, that's a good thing. Because I don't want you going down any trails without a brake. That's dangerous.
That's crazy.
He
That
couldn't
is
have had no
crazy.
good power on it. But I mean, you know, as far as getting him out of trouble, pretty good.
Could it be a new way of braking? Loop brakes? Loop brakes. You just put your fingers through and snap them off when you crash.
Your fingers, yeah.
Your fingers just snap clean off. They just snap clean off. That's it.
Oh, yeah, no. And plus, he's putting his finger through where all the really sharp metal is as well. So this one has me equally worried from a health and safety point of view.
It's another bodge, but another one
Very
that
much so.
got him down the trail, importantly. So,
Yes.
actually, I wouldn't actually say that Leonardo's was a bodge. I think that was a pretty good hack. But I think Gustavo's is a bodge.
That's a heck of a bodge.
That's the name of the segment. You know what I mean?
He nailed it.
Next up, we have got a definite hack. I like this a lot.
Whoa.
Look at that.
This.
A before
Bailey's
and
bike
after. A before and after of Shane's lovely garage bike cave. I mean, he's done a fantastic job here. It's sort of branded, isn't it? He's kind of gone with a colourway and he's branded his whole office. It's super cool. Nice bike
KTM
stand.
fan, maybe.
Yeah, it could be. Nice bike stand, lovely looking tool rack with all the lights. I like the lighting, like showcasing the tools. Very cool.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. That's a cool photo and an excellent piece of work that he's made all that as well.
Yeah, definite hack. And we've got one more. Now, I think this is a massive bodge. We're back to Brendan Fairclough's video, okay? Now, did you see how he positioned his ramp? Look at this. It's basically, he's driving his Land Rover Discovery out over the little moat that's around Brendan's castle that he owns. And he's... I mean, this could have gone wrong in so many ways. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, there's some ropey looking engineering in this one, isn't there? But it held it though.
Yeah, but
It held it.
I'd argue, did the landing hold it? No.
Blimey, Mark, as always, some quality hacks and bodges there, but there can only be one winner.
Yes.
This one. And do you know what? I think it's got to be Shane with his amazing workshop construction in there. It looks amazing how much tidier it is.
Congratulations, Shane.
I know. Congratulations. Do you know what you've won, Shane? You've won the same top as what good old Martin here is wearing. Congratulations. That'll be winging its way onto you in no time at all.
Look at that. One of the brand new tech tees.
Brand
Yes. Man, if you want to get some of that new stuff, you're going to have to be quick. It's all just turned up in the store. Check it out. This is well nice. This is like the tech material.
Bang. Check you out looking fancy.
Yeah, I'm very lucky. Right, now, we're going to head over to Rick McLaughlin now for an EWS update, because even though lockdown's happening, mountain biking is starting to wake up and it's all coming, and we're keeping in touch with EWS because I want to build some excitement for this season. So let's see what he's got to say.
Hello, Dirt Shed. Yes, another cold one here in Scotland, but if you look over my shoulder, it's a wild deer. Is that a first in the Dirt Shed? Kind of feel like it might be. Anyway, news from the Enduro World Series this week. Well, the big news is those team confirmations continue to roll in. This week it was Junior Da Vinci who are now no more, and Da Vinci as a brand have announced that they are focusing solely on enduro racing. This is big news for anybody who's followed mountain bike racing for a while. One of those brands, of course, synonymous with the late great Stevie Smith in downhill racing, and just an absolute mainstay of the international racing community. They are focusing solely on the Enduro World Series and some Crankworks events next season. So their lineup has been confirmed as Greg Callahan, Keegan Wright and Georgia Astle from Canada. So, you know, those are all potentially quite heavy point scorers, so we may well see them in the tussle for the team's championship. Another bit of news is we have released our 2021 rulebook, and that has got lots and lots of little hints as to what the racing is going to look like this season. The deer are just... There's more deer, look. More of them. Hundreds of them. Anyway, one of the big stories from the rulebook is the announcement of the Pro Stage. Now, the Pro Stage is going to see a single stage take place on the first day of racing with, you've guessed it, points up for grabs for not just the winner, but for the top 5 places, turning into a real competition that could well hold sway over the championship. Now, I know what you're thinking. Does that just mean that it's going to be essentially a one-day race at every event? Not so, because we have increased the maximum elevation. It used to be 2,000 metres it was capped up. That has now been pushed to 2,400 metres. So a big second day of racing, plus a pro stage in front of, hopefully as COVID-friendly as we can make it, as big a crowd and as big a group of spectators as we can. Should be very, very exciting. See you next week. I'll try. I don't know what I can do. There aren't many other animals bigger around here than deer, but I'll try and get something in next week to top that. Thanks very much. See you all soon.
Okay, time for Caption Contest. Here's last week's photo of Blake. Looking great as always. We got some great captions for it, and the winner is getting a GMBN mug. So congratulations to upcoming winner. First off, we're starting with John Davis, who's in there with your face when you comment every week on the Caption Contest and never get a mention. Well, that has just been solved. That has just been solved, John. Next up, we've got John the Blind Milkman. How unfortunate. And he says, the pandemic can't be that long. Well, it can.
It can, sadly. It can. It can.
Right, and last up, we've got Looney Tune, who says, I'm sorry, you want to do what with that plunger? The captions always get to that level, don't they? They always get to that level.
They always find a way. Who's going to be our winner, Mark?
I think just because I feel bad for him, John Davis, because I've seen his name in the comments loads and I've never picked him out. So John Davis, you have won yourself a GMBN mug.
No, this is a mug.
You've won yourself a GMBN mug. Like that. Congratulations. Here is this week's Caption Contest photo. Oh, God. Let us know what your captions are for that in the comment section down below, and you could be winning yourself a GMBN mug next week. That is not a bad offer. Now, Rich, we have got an amazing week coming up on the channel. We just had an absolute banger. That vid of you and Blake hitting the stuff at Duffy was amazing. That looked fun. That's some big jumps.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, real big. I bloomin' love it up there. It's some proper big, like 40-foot plus tables and flat out speeds, and yeah, it's a wicked place. The Athertons created an absolute gem hidden up in Wales there.
Yeah, we're lucky.
Sure, really enjoyed it.
We're lucky in the UK. We have got some seriously good bike parks coming together. Only it seems like only in like the last 5 years or so, it's just got bang in here. We've got some incredible trails. But you looked good in that vid. It was a great week last week. Great week. And we've got another one here. See if I can get you excited with this little medley. Have a look. What are you interested in?
Step one then, bike setup. We are very guilty quite often of just overlooking things on our bike. We'll often buy parts and fit and forget without really making them sort of work to their full potential. Ride as much as you can. Now, I bloomin' love riding and love getting out on my bike, so that is a definite bonus. And I know for a lot of people out there, it's a lot easier said than done. I mean, not everyone's job involves riding a bike, but getting the most amount of bike time you can in will get you really used to just how things feel and confident on your bike, and therefore, like I said, raise your overall confidence.
Yeah! Woo!
We are in the bike vault, and before we get started, Rich, our dream has come true for me. Have you seen these t-shirts we've got in the GMBN shop?
Mate, the new super nice top. They're well cool, aren't they?
Man, where's my one of them? I've got to have one of those.
I know.
That is the best. That is the best. You've got to get yourself a GMBN super nice t-shirt. Imagine going down the trail with that on you. Super nice.
Super nice.
That's
You're
banging.
super nice, Mark.
That's banging. Right, okay, let's get into the bike vault for real. What we starting with, Rich?
Well, the bell.
Where's the bell? Oh, there it is.
Well, it's here now.
Yeah, there.
It's right next to you, silly.
Yeah, I can see it. I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at it.
Right.
It looks great.
First one then, from Daniel, his Commensal Clash signature from the north of England.
Like this.
The obligatory picture at the top of the climb, he says. And, do you know what? It's a pretty fancy looking bike, that. I'm loving the Go Fast orange fox on it. Fox and Kashima. Always.
Can't beat it. Can't beat it. I have got a set of orange Fox 40s on my downhill bike, and it just, it's pop, man. It pops. Does look good, doesn't it? What are you giving
What
that?
are we reckoning?
I reckon I love it. I love the shot. It's super nice for me. Hit the bell.
Called it.
Love it. Love it.
Good job, Daniel. Right, next up, what we got?
Okay, next up we've got Mike's Lapierre. Oh man, now I struggle with these bikes with these curvy tubes. Okay, I like straight lines, but I do like how that rear shock is mounted in that frame. It's super technical. Yeah, it sort of reminds me of like a moto shock or something like that, motorcycle shock, something like that, where the frame cage itself is spreading around the shock and creating that stability. It's a nice looking
I'll
bike.
be honest, I'm not as convinced. It looks overcomplicated to me.
Ooh. So where's that putting us, Rich? Where's that putting us?
I mean,
we like it, we don't like it. Well, I mean, it's a bike.
I don't want to say
It's
I
a
don't
bike.
like it. It's nice.
It's bike. It's a bike. They're all nice. Definitely all nice. But is
you're
this
right
super
there.
nice?
Yeah.
It's nice. We're gonna have to move on. We're gonna have to move on.
Okay,
It's nice.
cool. Right.
Sorry, dude.
Hang on. I've rung it. It's got tan walls. I blooming love tan walls. Sorry, mate.
What? I hate tan walls.
I know you do, but that's why I rung the bell.
Oh, jeez.
I love them.
They're stupid. They look stupid. They look stupid.
Get out of the shed right now. Go on.
Okay, watch this.
Whoa! Come back.
Good, eh?
Look at it.
Okay, it's a super nice. Dan, you have got a Focus Jam and it's got a super nice from Rich. Can't argue with that.
Nope.
The man knows his bike, so there you are.
Yeah, sorry.
Next up, we've got David's Commensal Meta, another Commensal. Oh, look at the bloody tyres. Oh, Christ. Oh, who set this stuff up?
David, nice one.
Nice one, David. You got yourself a super nice. Oh, look at this from Liang. I've moved on from them to Tamils. I've moved on.
Yes, you have.
Liang's Canyon Strive. I think Liang got this photo and just went, I am sending that to everybody I know and anyone who's willing to accept photos because he got a good shot.
Do you know? Yeah. Do you know what? I'm a fan of the Canyon Strive, and this is the new one. Like I said, it's got a 30. Is that the 38 up front as well? I believe.
Yeah, it is.
38.
Yeah. 38. Yeah, it is. I think it is.
It looks like. I think it's a 38.
I think
Correct
it's
me
the
if I'm wrong.
38. That's what the comments the comments below. That's what that's for. Tell us if we're wrong.
Yes.
It's a super nice from me, dude. I love it. Yeah, it looks great. It looks great.
Good job, Liang.
Next up. Whoa.
Whoa. Yes.
Whoa. Come on. Look at
Absolute
that.
blast from the past. Look at this thing.
If I was going to name the guy who rides that bike, I'd call him Bruce, and that is his name. That's what someone should be called who rides that. Bruce.
6'4", still on the 26, 20-year-old, nailing it. If I saw this guy riding through my local woods, I'd be like, Bruce, stop. You, sir, are a legend.
6'4" on a 26-inch wheel. That's like, if you look at photos of people like Rob Warner now on 26-inch wheel giants, it just looks ridiculous. And that's Bruce. You are living that life, and mate, you couldn't be doing it on a better looking bike. That thing is.
Good job, Bruce.
Gorgeous. Right, lastly in the bike vault this week.
Oh, wow.
Look at this.
I love a good XC kind of hardtail. And this, this thing's stunning. And a good picture as well.
Yeah, that is a great picture. The snow there, or is it sort of slightly heavy rain? It looks great. It's got the Yeti classic colour. And I tell you what, I think this is the real mountain bike. Obviously, we've all got used to amazing full sus bikes,
Yeah.
but there's nothing more exciting. You know this, man. There's nothing more exciting than an absolutely banging cross-country weapon.
Yeah, and this one's a bit burlier because obviously he's got
Yeah.
a massive drop on that as well on his transfer dropper post. That looks like they do a 200 now. I think they do a 200. So that is what I like to see. It's a 34 on the front as well, so it's a little bit stiffer, a bit burlier. I bet this thing, absolutely rips round. I would like to have a go on that.
It's a great.
Nice.
It's a soup. Let's ring the bell. Let's ring the bell.
Good job, Rufus.
We are
Killed it,
out
that
of we are out of the bike bowl, and Rufus nailed it. We would love to see if your bike can get a super nice. The only way you can do that is if you send it into the GMBN uploader and give it a try. We know it's nice. We know it. Is it super nice?
Send them.
Bring it in. Right, enough of bikes. Let's see some people on them. We've got some fails and sends from you guys. What you've been up to. Take a look at this.
Crikey Moses, where did that lot come from?
That is some good bike riding. That is some good bike riding. And some not so good, but you know, that's what happens. That is
It
what
entertained
happens.
us.
Yeah. It's been a great show. I've loved being back in here, Rich. It's been awesome.
It's been an odd experience having you here.
Hasn't it been strange? But it's been a great show. I've loved it. Thanks again to Brendan Fairclough for letting us show that video earlier on. I loved that video, and I hope you all go and watch it in full. It's a really great shot. Yes. Make sure you love, like, and share on your social platforms. Let the world know about the Dirt Shed Show. We'd love to see lots of people here talking mountain bikes with me and Rich. How bad is it? Rich, what are you up to this week?
Sorry, well done to obviously Toff and Tom on their first appearances on the Dirt Shed Show.
You
Those
are
guys
right. Yes.
nailed it.
Yes.
Yeah, well done to them.
It's weird. They felt like part of the crew for so long. Now to see him on the screen is an absolute hit. So really, really, really pleased to see him on the show. Remember to send your stuff in to GMBN on the uploader. Make sure you check out the shop. And from me, and can I say it for you, Rich? Rich himself. We'll see you next time.